This is History Term 1 of Grade 4. History, local history. Local means close to or within the community in which we live. History is about how the things, people and places have changed over time. How do we find out about history of places? We look at letters, diaries, autobiographies, songs, tools, speeches, paintings, clothing, weapons, research or census, textbooks, commentaries like radios, documentaries, and so on. The history of Kommetjie, the name Kommetjie comes from the natural rock pool on the coast next to the launching pad of the boat club. Legend has it that the kom was used centuries ago by the local people for trapping of fish at high tide. Translated, Kommetjie means little basin. Many of the street names in Kommetjie come from the families who first stayed there. The farm Slangkop was given to a widow whose name was De Meer, in condition that it was used to grow vegetables for the ships of the Dutch East India Company calling at Simonstown. The farm is now known as Imhoff's Gift. The Khoi were the first people who lived in Kommetjie thousands of years ago. The Khoi were indigenous people who lived off the land. They used the natural rock pool to catch fish. Kommetjie was an ideal spot for them as it was fresh water, shade from the milkwood trees, and plenty of shellfish. Builders have found evidence of these people while digging foundations for homes. In 1972, they found a midden of shells and basic stone implements. A real midden can be seen at Soetwater. Imhoff Farm. The ships in Table Bay were battered by storms in winter. From 1741 onwards, the captains were told to anchor in protected Simon's Bay or Simonstown between the 15th of May and the 15th of August each year. This saved the ships but meant that the fresh produce needed by the ships now had to be hauled from the company's gardens near Table Bay over the land to Cork Bay, and then transported onwards in small boats to Simon's Bay. This took a long time and was expensive. In 1743, a farm was started to grow fruit and vegetables for the ships sheltering at Simonstown. This farm was first called Slangkop Farm and then became known as Imhoff's Gift. Imhoff's Farm has one of the oldest threshing floors in South Africa. The first buildings in Kommetjie. Many people came to Kommetjie on holiday. The first permanent building in Kommetjie was a shop, post office, bakery and boarding house. It was owned by Gustav Lund and was built where the Kommetjie Souspret was. The first houses were built by 4 families, the Bennings, Seeleggers, Turbis and Ruby family. Today there are roads named after these families. Here you can see the picture of the Benning, Seelegger, Turbis and Ruby family homes. The Ruby Chapel. This is a chapel or church in Kommetjie that was built in memory of one of the first people who lived in Kommetjie, Giuseppe Ruby. He is buried there now. Later the monastery, a place where monks and nuns gathered to worship God, was added. The wetlands. There was a time when the land here was a string of wetlands. They were drained to build houses. 100 years ago, there was a large wetland stretching from Spruit in the east to Schilpatsvlei. In the rainy season, it was big and deep enough to sail boats. Today, it has been rehabilitated and is an important home for many animals such as the endangered western leopard toad. Slangkop Lighthouse. The lighthouse is 33 meters tall. Before the lighthouse was built, many ships were wrecked on the southern peninsula coast because they could not see the Cape Point lighthouse. These wrecks include the Kakapo in the 1900s and the Clan Munro in 1905. The lighthouse is painted white to stand out against the green of the Slangkop mountain. The cast iron lighthouse was built in 1914, but the light was only switched on in 1919 because of the First World War. It is one of the 4 strongest lighthouses in southern Africa with a range of 33 sea miles. The lighthouse has a revolving electric light that gives out 4 flashes every 30 seconds. The Clan Munro is the name of a British turret steamer. It ran aground at Slangkop Point in a winter storm in 1905. It was carrying a cargo of dynamite and cyanide. The wreck ended up on a large rock shelf close to where the lighthouse stands now. Over the years, the sea and waves broke up the ship and it sank beneath the waves. It can't be seen from shore anymore, but divers sometimes dive on it today. Thank you for watching the Grade 4 recapped video.